personally really happy to welcome Miss Rita Mokbel, CEO of Ericsson Vietnam. Please welcome up on stage.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks, Christina, for the nice introduction. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Abby.
In Binh Thuan province, there are rows of solar panels spread across what used to be a barren land. And what's powering this transformation isn't just the sun, it's the data. Sensors tracks the sunlight intensity, AI forecasts the weather pattern, IoT optimize the angle to maximize efficiency. This is solar farm, and then it's more than green, it's smart. And it shows what's possible when Vietnam and any other country combine energy, renewable energy with digital intelligence. So the future that we are all looking for, the green future, is something that is only possible with digitalization. Smart networks, connecting systems, delivering data, and powering the future. The green future is not something that is not to wait for. It's something that we need to connect and co-create. As Vietnam is accelerating their journey to a green economy, the time to act is now. Today, I will walk you through how information and communication technology, powered by innovation and digital infrastructure, can contribute into developing this green future, and how this technology is enabler for especially the high-emitting sectors like manufacturing. As I do, let's think on how we can embrace more the digital infrastructure as a key enabler to make this future a reality. So first, why digitalization matters. While information and communication technology contributes to 1.4% of the global emission, it has the possibility to reduce 15% of the global emission by 2030. It's like connecting off-grid around 1 million homes, cutting their power usage entirely. And then, of course, by leveraging 5G, AI, and IoT, it's possible to increase efficiency and productivity. So first, if we take the 5G, 5G is by far the most efficient technology compared to the previous technology, 4G or 3G. And why is that? Because 5G can carry 10 times more traffic with up to 40% less power consumption. It's like a car that can go 10 times farther with less gas. So this means it's cleaner and it's more sustainable. At the same time, 5G helps other sectors to become greener. Think about smart sports, smart logistics, smart healthcare. All of these, because of the digitalization, with AI, 5G, IoT, we can automate their processes, accelerate decision, and all these are key enablers for smarter logistics and lower emission. Also, 5G is a key enabler for cloud migration by providing connectivity, agility, and scalability. Did you know that with the cloud migration, it's possible to reduce 5.9% IT CO2 emission, which is equivalent to 22 million cars off the road? So, in short, 5G is not only faster, it's also a key driver for decarbonization across industries. Now, of course, digitalization as well accelerates the inclusive economic growth, providing public services much more efficient and faster. Digital economy contributes to 15% of the global economy, which is growing 2.5 times faster. Also, digital public services, on average, are 74% faster and 94% cheaper compared to in-person services. When countries provide connected financial systems, it's possible to see up to 30% economic growth because they are able to connect more people to the economy. And lastly, digital economy can contribute to a better GDP growth. Or our studies shows that an increase of 10% in mobile broadband adoption can increase GDP by 2.7 to 2.8 times more in GDP. So in Vietnam, we are seeing digitalization and sustainability combined to power the economy. And this is what you need to know. So Vietnam, as you know, is the fastest growing economy in Southeast Asia, with 7% growth in GDP. Also, Vietnam is a leader in sustainability. It's the number 2 in South Asia when it comes to sustainability. And this is according to what you call it Sustainable Development Report, a report that review 193 UN countries, progress across their SDGs, and Vietnam has shown that they have met the sustainable goal, number 1, no poverty, number 4, quality education, and then they have made a big progress across 7 SDGs out of 17. So of course here we see Vietnam are accelerating their digital economy growth by including innovative solutions and sustainable solutions, and they have set the vision to become a net zero by 2050. Now, this sustainability, from our point of view, is also linked to a strong digital economy. So as you also know, Vietnam has set an ambition to become a high-income economy by 2045, with digital economy contributing to 30% of their total GDP by 2030. So Vietnam will develop around 100 smart cities by 2040. And we also see that the government in Vietnam is playing a very important role, removing barriers and accelerating and promoting a fast digital infrastructure built out. So Vietnam has an ambition, but also a commitment. In less than 12 months, Vietnam has licensed and deployed 5G in more than large cities as the critical national infrastructure. And we also see that the launch of 5G will help Vietnam fulfill their national digital transformation program of leveraging science technology to accelerate the economic growth and the adoption of Industry 4.0. By 2029, we expect that 70% of the traffic will be carried on 5G, and then according to the National Digital Transformation Program, every Vietnamese should have a smartphone. So today, 74% of the people have a smartphone, and 84% of them are using internet, which means that there is still a huge opportunity to come in Vietnam. And we also believe digitalization with the 5G will be an open platform for innovation, where there will be a new use cases and new innovation for consumers while driving digitalization across industries. So here while, of course, we see a lot of innovation and capabilities and possibilities with 5G in consumers, on consumer sides, we are also entering an area where businesses are embracing digitalization across sectors. As they do, the next wave of mobile will unlock innovation across all these sectors. How is that? So if we take, for example, healthcare, to start with, digitalization is transforming digital healthcare. By 2030, digital healthcare is expected to be a 1 trillion industry, while still today in rural areas, it's not possible to have a quality medical services. With advanced connectivity, it's possible to connect online and remotely, and then of course, this will enable to have medical services more accessible and affordable. We're also excited about the remote surgeries. You all heard now it's possible to be operated by the best surgeon in the world while staying close to your home. And then we also know that 5G and digitalization will also provide digital healthcare, especially in emergencies and natural disasters when access to hospitals are challenging. Ports is another sector that are seeing a lot of benefits because of digitalization. Few examples from our experience in Northern Ireland, Belfast Harbour are using private 5G to automate their operation, making them faster, but also more efficient, cutting the inspection cost by half. In Italy, Port of Livorno are using private 5G network and autonomous car to make container shipments move faster, cutting the CO2 emission by 8.9%. And here in Singapore, the Singtel 5G network will support the Tuas port to become one of the largest digital ports, doubling down the capacity to 65 million TEUs per year. So obviously a lot of benefits across sectors because of digitalization and 5G. Now, if we delve deep into manufacturing, we know that manufacturing is a very high emitting sector. And because of digitalization, we also see that this sector is undergoing a transformation with the integration of AI automation paving the way to smart factory. Industry 4.0 is making this transformation possible at scale, increasing productivity, but also increasing performance. At Ericsson, we are seeing the benefit ourselves in our smart factory, 5G smart factory in US. So it is it's a factory that is powered by 5G and 100% renewable energy. Today, 60% of the 5G traffic in US are carried on Ericsson equipment. And for the last 5 years, we have been manufacturing our 5G equipment to power the 5G network in US in our Ericsson 5G factory in Texas. What's the difference that we are seeing in this factory? So we are seeing, to start with, that a lot of issues are solved in minutes instead of hours and days. How is that? Technician can wear an AR glass and can connect to an expert from another part of the world, in Sweden, in India, or even another city in US. So that expert can diagnose the problem, can guide the people on site how to solve it, can do even the work remotely without even stepping a foot in the factory. This don't only reduce the cost of the travel time, but make sure that the production and the work continues, and the workers are more productive. With this, we have seen that our processes have been obviously automated, our decisions became faster, we have reduced the waste by 32% and doubled the production too. More details, or at least more data, when it comes to this factory. So here we have 24% more energy efficient design than the comparable buildings, 75% more water efficient, and 40,000 gallon tanks collected and reused from rainwaters. So here we can see with digitalization, a significant benefit can be brought to manufacturing too. Now, of course, this is one example in one manufacturing. And imagine if this is replicated across the world and globally with the same model. We believe that by 2030, there will be further rolling out of 5G, leading to 170 million tons of CO2 cut emission. This is equivalent to 48 million cars off the road. At the same time, we also know, and then you also mentioned, Twee, that manufacturing is one of the high emission sector. Actually, it is, with 30% of the global gas emission. And not only this, so one of the challenge, obviously, is the power consumption. Another challenge is the waste reduction, resource optimization, and safety. And we know with digitalization, by providing an agile and scalable connectivity, it's possible to automate work and making work safer and less energy consumption. Our studies in 180 countries shows that there is direct connection between connectivity and CO2 emission. A 10% increase in mobile broadband penetration can lead to a 7% drop of CO2 emission per person. This means that driving 100 miles fewer in a car, or being on a plant-based diet for 2 or 3 months. So in short, the more we are connected, a greener future we can have. And obviously, with digitalization, including 5G, it's possible to make this future a reality. So, going back to Vietnam, we see a great opportunity ahead. And then again, we also started seeing a lot of work in motion to achieve this future. What is important is how we continue collaborating between public and private sector to enable this green future. It's also important to invest in upskilling people so they can be ready for the future. And we believe that Vietnam can be a leader in the region with international partnership. So as businesses, as industries and Nordic enterprises, it's important that we embrace this change. It's important that we work together to ensure that everyone can have access to the technology. And then it's also important that we work together to make sure that the future is connected, and then to make sure that we realize the vision that Vietnam has set to themselves, both on the economy and sustainability. And we also hope that this solar farm in Binh Thuan can not only is a trend, but it's going to be a symbol of the future that we are looking for in Vietnam and globally. Thank you.
Rita, oh, my microphone came up. Thank you so much, Rita. Please stay.
Sure.
Come closer. So one of the things that I really appreciate, and I'm going to share something really personal, is that I have a soft spot for Ericsson, and I think you know why, but I had the chance a couple of years ago to project lead your sustainability report globally. And what you have said so eloquently in your keynote speech and what I experienced is how Ericsson is very good at bringing the global to the local and the local to the global. So very much thank you for sharing that. But before you go off stage, I do have one question. So I'm curious, and I'm sure everyone here in the audience is very curious. You had a big visit to Sweden just very recently and welcomed the Prime Minister of Vietnam to Sweden. Can you share a little bit to myself and everyone in the room, the journey, the outcomes, the discussions? Maybe not everything, but in brief.
Absolutely. I can share everything as well. So it was a great visit. So it was an honor just to have the Prime Minister with 25 people joining him from ministries and even our customers to Sweden. So he met the Prime Minister, he met the Crown Prince, he met businesses, including Ericsson, and then obviously he had the tour visiting universities and the innovation center. As I mentioned as well, my experience with the government in Vietnam, that they are taking a leading role, driving digitalization, digital economy, and attracting more investments in the country. And then this is mainly was the focus of the visit. So how we can work together in order to support Vietnam achieving the ambition. So from transformation, digital transformation and 5G, he acknowledged the efforts that we are all putting. And we, from Ericsson point of view, we also commended the efforts put by the government in order to accelerate that. As I said before, in 12 months, they have enabled 5G. If you compare to other countries, it takes much more time to do this. So this is, it shows vision, it shows regional leadership, and then of course it shows execution capability. And then of course from Prime Minister is what are the next steps? How we can support Vietnam leapfrog into more innovation. He's asked for Ericsson how we can work together on 6G. Let's not wait until 6G is there. How can we innovate more together? And then he asked that we bring all technology, innovation, research that we are doing globally to Vietnam. So we are so excited, both from Ericsson and from Sweden point of view. So today there is a 56 years of partnership between the two countries. And then now we believe that the foundation is very strong to take this to the next step. And then of course from Ericsson point of view, we are very committed to support in everything we do Vietnam so that they can achieve the vision that they set for the country.
It's so exciting because here you actually really demonstrate that Nordic leadership, but also the visionary leadership that Vietnam is on. Thank you so much, Rita. Before we do the round of applause, let me get Tuve. He's on my right. And we would really like to thank Rita and Ericsson for your time and engagement today. So we have a little token.
Hello. Before we hand over the token, I just want to share a little bit about the token.
Oh, please. Yes.
Because it is made of plastic.
Yeah.
But this is made by our partners at Plastic People out of recycled plastic. So we have a very sustainable award. I think that's the first in Vietnam. And I'm very proud to hand it over to you. And thank you very much for your contribution.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you.